coming up on this edition of Southwest TV News. As the municipal election day approaches on October 26th, candidates in Swift Current are vying for your vote. And in this ongoing Southwest TV News series, we continue to profile the candidates running for city councilor. At its recent AGM, it was disclosed that the Broncos enjoyed a profit of $140,000 for the 2015-16 year. Crowds gathered at the Swift Current Airport for an exciting Airshow, featuring a variety of international performers. Thanks for joining us here today. 21 candidates are running for 7 seats on Swift Current City Council. And in our top story, we meet more of those candidates running in this fall's election. As the municipal election day approaches on October 26th, candidates in Swift Current are vying for your vote through various campaign signs and other marketing formats to keep their name top of mind when you're at the polls. And in this ongoing Southwest TV News series, we continue to profile the candidates running for city councilor. Stacey Ellertson is no stranger to Swift Current civic politics, as he served one term as city councilor and ran for mayor in the 2009 election. Now in 2016, he's once again stepped forward, hoping to gain the voters' confidence and get a chance to deal with a number of issues in council chambers.
I would hope that I would be able to influence the mindset in council, and that's not going to be an easy task, to be honest with you. But I think that we just need to start thinking differently about what our ceiling is going to be. Do we even need a ceiling? Do we put a limit on how much debt we're going to carry as a municipality? Is it a percentage of our revenue that we bring in and we say, okay, well, we're not going to do more than that? These are just conversations I think that we need to have.
Ellertson further says that he strives to bring attention to issues that are of concern for all residents, and often those who perhaps do not have a voice, while offering a balanced and thought-out approach to decision-making around the council table.
And the issue here for a lot of people is we're spending too much money that we don't really have too quickly, and we're putting it on the backs of our taxpayers. And there are some people with the philosophy that that's how you do business now. Some people don't agree. I'm one of them.
Our next candidate in the spotlight is Chris Martins. This married, father of one, is a sales consultant who's lived in Swift Current for most of his life, and now feels he can bring a fresh perspective to City Council.
But for me, I'm the youngest one out of the bunch. Swift Current is my home. I know it's a lot of home for everybody else as well too. But I think just being someone that's worked in the media for so many years, and being that I've had a lot of talks and discussions with people, and I've seen the growth in Swift Current, and I've been essentially a part of it with working in the media and seeing how everything goes. So for me, I think I bring a different perspective to council in the sense of I think I have a lot of ideas that maybe others don't to help it move forward and really help progress the city in the right way.
And as far as any issues that are at the forefront of his campaign platform, Martins makes the following points.
It's community growth and family retention. That's what I believe in the strongest, because if you can grow within the community, then you don't have people moving away to go retire somewhere else or have to move away to go to school somewhere else. The more we grow within the community, the more people we're going to maintain and have actually stay here. And by doing that, it's only going to be more positive for amenities coming in and new businesses and everything of the like. So I'd like to really make those my focal points.
Our final candidate profiled in today's feature is Ron Tolles. Tolles is a retired school teacher and a long-standing resident of Swift Current, now seeking his second term on City Council. He says the last 4 years were a great learning and rewarding experience, work which he'd like to expand on in the next term.
I also serve on the library board, and that's another thing that was really important to me, is forming a library board. They didn't have one, and now we have a local library board, and it's a very, very good bunch of people working hard, and I'm very happy with that. I want to continue to promote things like culture and art in the city. I want to continue to promote business. We've had a lot of industry that either located or relocated here, and we need to provide services and facilities for them. We need to have good housing and good facilities. So I want to see that happen. I want to see us going forward.
And when asked why voters should support him again in this election, Tolles says his track record says it all.
4 years ago, I promised the people if elected I'd work hard. I've kept that promise. I've worked as hard as, or harder than anybody. I've attended almost every function that there was to attend, every open meeting, every forum. You've seen me at most of those. And I've just been very busy and active in the community. I volunteer, I always did that, but I volunteer for lots of organizations, and I'm out doing work promoting the city of Swift Current and promoting it within the city and within the province, within the country.
As we count down to the October 26 municipal election, Southwest TV News will continue to feature additional candidates running for Swift Current City Council. The Swift Current Broncos recorded a profit on their books this past season. And in this report, we find out how they achieved that goal. As the Swift Current Broncos look forward to a new season on the ice, this is also the time of the year when the franchise reflects on the previous season's financials. At its recent AGM, it was disclosed that the Broncos enjoyed a profit of $140,000 for the 2015-16 year, marking the fourth straight year of positive financials. Meanwhile, the overall attendance numbers for the season were down by 7,000 people in the stands.
The club has never been in a stronger financial position than we are currently. But having said that, it is somewhat misleading this year in that some extraordinary income from the World Curling as well as the Memorial Cup were really what created that profit. Had we just based it on our normal hockey operations, we're probably looking at about a $90,000 loss. And so it really points to the fact that we are a ticket-driven business and organization.
A drop in ticket sales, which was attributed to a downturn in the economy, along with a number of other factors. A trend which the Broncos hope to turn around this year.
For the start of this year, our season ticket numbers right now are lower than last year, even with this excitement that's going on. So I think there's still some of the economy things, and people are a little worried about making that commitment right now. But we have seen, some increases in some of our flex ticket options. So, I mean, that's what we want to encourage people. You may not be able to commit to 36 games, and we get that, but we've got a lot of other ticket options that you can take a look at that hopefully do gain us some commitment. So we're not relying on that game-to-game gate revenue all of the time. We have a little bit of knowledge of what might be coming down the road.
Along with new game night promotions, partnerships with the Swift Current Minor Hockey Association, and a new head coach, the franchise hopes the excitement will build in the community to bring more people back to the iPlex.
I think people in the community, from everything I've heard, they like our new coach. They're excited about the new young players that are coming. We're giving them some ice. They're getting a chance to play. So there's some excitement around the team. But what we've tasked our business staff with is to ensure that once we have people in the building, that they have an outstanding experience here, so that the game day experience is exciting in and of itself. And so we're working towards that component. We're also asking our business staff to work with our game day volunteers to ensure that our customer service steps up a notch beyond where it is right now.
A full list of ticket packages and other promotions available to hockey fans are available online through the Broncos website or through the stable.
Sometimes I think that people avoided me when they saw me. I'd be fine one moment and then I would just be having an anxiety attack and I couldn't breathe.
The Snowbirds were one of many attractions at the Swift Current Airshow. We bring you some of the highlights in this report. Crowds gathered at the Swift Current Airport for an exciting air show, featuring a variety of international performers. The aerial acts included Yellow Thunder, which marked the 75th anniversary of the Commonwealth, and its ties to the Swift Current Airport. To the world-renowned Canadian Forces Snowbirds. Based out of Moose Jaw, the Snowbirds are celebrating their 46th year, and made Swift Current one of their stops on a busy schedule. The Snowbirds were a hit with the crowd, as they're the only 9-plane demonstration team in North America, which performs aerial maneuvers timed to music.
The CT114 tutors are perfect for our performance, for our type of show. If you change the jet, you would definitely change the show. So these are jet trainers. They were built in the 60s, and because they're a bit slower, we're able to keep the show right at show center for our entire performance. So it's just perfect for us to be able to reposition in the sky, to perform the maneuvers that we do that most people just love.
A captivating air show, which the city of Swift Current organized with its partners over the past year.
The ultimate result is to provide a worthwhile show for spectators. You know, entertainment is definitely an aspect, but the other aspect is getting people excited about aviation, particularly in this community. The airport's made some improvements over the last few years, and we'd like to keep that momentum going. There's been some upgrades to the infrastructure, but there's certainly other things we could do, so we just want to keep people excited about what's happening out at Swift Current Airport.
Schultz adds the city would like to host a similar event in the future, perhaps on a biannual basis. However, it all depends on available funding.
You know, it's hard to put a number on it, but it's probably easily, $70,000, the bulk of that being performers. Their performer fees and the other items in their contracts. That's the idea. We'd like to see the show break even between show revenues and sponsorship income.
The Snowbirds' performance at the Swift Current Air Show was one of 36 stops on their 2016 schedule. Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at southwesttvnews.com. And be sure to follow us on a range of social media. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.